Hey everyone, this is Jason LaFace with Alberta Radio, and this is Your Voice Matters. So today we're going to do the man on the street and ask a couple questions to Canadians on their thoughts, what's going on in the country. So we put up 4 questions, and the first one is, what do you think is the number one problem facing future generations of our country? And that was brought over by Alberta Proud Dad. And then we have, do you agree or disagree with the curriculum changes that the Alberta government has put forth this year? And what are your thoughts on the citizen-led initiative brought forth by Daniel Smith in the UCP government? And what are your thoughts regarding Canada's current immigration policies? So stay tuned. We're going to go hit the streets, and we'll bring you what people are saying. Jay LaFace here from Alberta Radio with Your Voices Matter. So, Lee, I have a few questions I'm looking to get answers from. So the one question that a lot of people are asking is, what do you think is the number one problem facing the future generations of our country?
Immigration, housing, you know.
What about the, Alberta's changed the curriculum for the kids this year. Do you think that's, what do you think about that?
What did they change?
You wanted it to change?
I don't know what they changed.
Oh, okay. So what they did is they had some books in the curriculum for young kids, which was basically borderline pornography.
Yeah.
And the Daniel Smith government put a measure in place to take those out and make it age appropriate for our kids. Yeah. So is this something that you would agree with?
It's something I'd agree with. Of course, there's a fine line between it. What matters is the context that's behind it. With some literature, there is sexual content that's appropriate to the plot line. Then it's obviously in religious text, there's context behind that. If it's just sexuality for the sake of sexuality, that's the issue.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And the last question I have is, right now, a lot of Canadians are asking this question. What do you think what's your thoughts on Canada's policies on immigration right now?
Absurd. I'm British. I am an immigrant, but moving from England to Canada, obviously same Christian values. I mean, it's called the West, but it's based on Christian values, and that we have had a lot of success from that. Now, when the immigration was still pretty loose, but when you have like asylum seekers and people on visas who don't leave, that's the issue. So actually enforcing the law, that's all we have to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, eh?
That's it.
All right. What's your name?
Laurel Easton.
Hi, Laura. So my name's Jason, and I'm going around asking everyone for Your Voices Matter. I'm looking for opinions from the public. So I'm looking to get answers on these questions. So the first one is, what do you think is the number one problem facing future generations of our country?
I think it's a lack of connection with God, lack of having a higher purpose, lack of knowing why they're here and where they came from. There's not enough of that now, and young people have an empty space where, when God created us, and this is my personal perspective, but when God created us, He created us with a God-shaped hole in our heart. And the only thing that can fill it is God. And if we don't ask Him in to fill it, we're going to try and fill it with all kinds of other things, usually destructive things. So that's what I think.
No, I hear you. I'm a Christian myself. So, do you agree or disagree with the curriculum changes that the Alberta government has put forth regarding the content to the kids?
Some of it yes, and some of it no. So I think that Alberta needs a bigger voice in the federal government. Like, we're just kind of out there and we supply money and we don't get anything back. So those things, yes, but I also don't want to tear Canada apart. We need to stay a unified unit because that's how we're strongest. But Ottawa also needs to respect the West in a way that they never have.
Yeah.
And there's also something I learned, in the last year or so. If you do research into the sovereignty, Canada isn't actually a country that has. I'm not very good at explaining this.
No, I know it's not really a true sovereign country.
No, because we didn't fulfill the requirements.
That's right.
Does Daniel Smith know that?
I think she does.
Mark Carney know that? I doubt it, because they should be doing things differently, and they're not.
I'll have to agree. Well, thank you so much.
You're really
Appreciate it.
welcome.
Awesome.
You betcha.
Hey Walter, my name's Jason. I'm with Your Voices Matter through Alberta Radio. So I'm asking questions to the public right now. And the first question I'm looking to get answers from is, what do you think is the number one problem facing future generations of our country right now?
Right now, I think national unity is a problem. You know, we got see Alberta separatist movements popping up, and somehow they're federally funded. I find it seditious to even see our tax dollars go to that. And obviously, we're suffering from corruption, and it runs deep. The swamp is deep in Canada as well as the United States, and we need a leader that could drain that swamp.
Yeah, no, I hear you. My next question is about the curriculum this year. So do you agree or disagree with the curriculum change that the Alberta government made this year for the kids?
I'm not really familiar with it. I don't watch a lot of news, but
Basically what they did is it has to do with the books in the school. So there was some of it where apparently it wasn't age appropriate to some of the kids and some of it was. And there's a big debate about it because Daniel wants to reform the curriculum system to make sure that kids do have the proper stuff, you know, that's not explicit to them while they're going to school, right? So it's just, that's what I'm asking people. Would you agree with that move in trying to protect our kids, or, you know, depending on it? So if you don't know too much about it.
Yeah, the kids should always be protected, but I don't think funding should be an issue. We should just find that money somewhere, and you know, the future is here with our oil sands.
Yeah.
There's no fracking involved with the oil sands. We just simply scrape it off the top of the earth, and the world's starting to see. We have a deal with China now, major pipeline or a tanker there, pipeline to the west to tankers.
Yeah. And my last question is you mentioned a little bit about the separatists and that. So what are your thoughts on Daniel's move to present the citizen-led initiative for us to put questions on the ballot, regardless if it's sovereignty or other issues? It's kind of how the function works, but do you agree with what she did?
Well, I agree with using it as kind of a pawn to the feds to show that we're serious. And I obviously, you know, my grandfathers, they shed blood to keep our freedom alive and this country united, and we have assets outside of Alberta that Albertans have contributed to. So obviously I don't like separation, but you know, the feds have to be held accountable.
So it'd be fair to say it'd be all right if we put like maybe some type of Bill of Rights to protect us from federal overreach so that we can prosper better as a province.
Absolutely, yeah, no doubt about it. You know, we have freedoms that are unalienable, and we see those freedoms being trampled on.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Walter, for your time.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Thanks, man. Yeah, take it easy.
Awesome. So Jay here with Your Voices Matter. So here's a question for you. So what do you think do you agree or disagree with the curriculum changes to protect kids that the Alberta government put forth?
I agree with that. I think it's a good initiative and good, smart move toward changing it. Yes.
What about the separation? So Daniel Smith put that forth. Would you agree with that?
For separation, I don't think that's good for Alberta.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not.
You're not for it?
No.
Okay. No, that's perfect. Yeah. And then the last one is for the future of our kids in this country. How do you think that's affected right now? What we could do to change it?
For the future of the kid, actually, we need to work on the education the first, and we need to make our laws little stricter than right now. It's very lenient, and the bad people, they take advantage of that, and that makes our kids more vulnerable in their hands, because they know that kids are not gonna get caught or anything, and that's what they put in their minds, and that's what makes them to do the bad stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
It's
yeah.
like the brainwashing, right?
Yes, brainwashing.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time.
No problem.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nice.
Have a good